the last few months, it feels like you've been on a real rise. Of course, main stage of Sound City, you've slowly built your way up there. You did Sefton Park in the tent alongside Jamie Webster, and you're on the P ahead again. So, yeah, how good has the last few months been, and does it feel like things are getting bigger?
Yeah, it's been boss. Yeah, as we were saying before, the summer's always like full of gigs. To be fair, it's a good time, and it feels like everyone's always in a good mood for them. But as you say, with Sound City there, I think that's sort of like a good representation of the last few years, because we started off there, like I think it was 5 years ago, playing in like literally the smallest possible stage.
Yeah, some little warehouse out there, like
festival,
some fucking alleyway or something.
And we sort of like, I think we played every year, haven't we? Played 4 or 5.
Yeah,
probably 4 times because of COVID, but it's been on.
Yeah,
nearly every year. We've done 19, 21, 22, 23, 24. So that's 5, isn't it?
The little warehouse one, the first one. Then the second one was...
We've done the Zanzibar basement. The
Heavy's
basement.
Heavy's, then Leaf.
Yeah, Leaf. And then there's the Spanish Caravan.
Then Grand Central.
So yeah, we've probably gone up through pretty much all the venues that they actually use and done them one by one. And yeah, as I say, last year we played in the main one. Well, last year, the other month, played in the main stage, which was boss. Like, and we had a dead good slot as well. We were right before Red Run Club, so it was packed like from the start. It was a dead good gig, yeah.
Boss rooms to play in as well. Like the down, like above you, just some mad like painted like it's Grand Central in it, so it's something to look at. You know what I mean?
Would be nice to have a little tick sheet of venues and go through them all one by one.
Yeah. It's something we talk about quite a bit, to be fair. Like when you start off as a band, you think like, oh fucking hell, imagine playing there. And then like we think like obviously through, you know, a bit of luck and people doing us a thing along the way, and that we've played fucking pretty much anywhere we'd want to play, apart from the old two main room, which is in October. So that's the last little
cheeky plug.
Yeah.
No, yeah, as you say, it's always been through little like turns of luck and like support gigs or whatever, but we've ended up playing in most of the big venues in the city, really, haven't we? With all of them, really, as you say, when you think of them, just got to play Anfield now.
Yeah.
We played outside Anfield, just need to play inside now.
Yeah. That's like that's got a little star next to it. The other ones are they're on the list, but that one's got a little star next to it. Not really.
Yeah.
Must be the pinch me moment, obviously, on that stage outside Anfield Stadium next to you. Obviously, like the buildings next to you. It's like, it must be just all the landmarks of the city.
Yeah, no, it is boss, isn't it? Yeah, you don't even really think of them as being places to play gigs, do you, when you start? But then, like, I feel like there's been a bit of a regeneration in, like, people like Webster doing so well, where there's been sort of, like, new opportunities rather than just your bog standard venues where, like, I don't know, maybe probably when we were like 16, 17, there wasn't really bands playing like the PRS and stuff like that. It feels like it has took a little bit of like a upward rise again at the time that we've been doing it, where there's been all cool gigs happening.
Yeah, it's got to get a lot of the credit for it, Webster. Like, I feel like we've been lucky enough where, you know, we've got a good relationship with him, and he's always done us a thing and got us on gigs and that. But I think the scene like as a whole, when you think about like what guitar music in Liverpool was sort of before he sort of broke through and that, you've got to give him massive credit for it, really. But so I think that, as Key's saying, them type venues where they weren't necessarily spoke about, and then suddenly he's fucking doing a gig there, and then
it's like they say the Echo, though, the only other Scouse person who's sold it out was Paul McCartney, so it's even like that's an unthinkable thing.
Yeah. That Chevy Park was fucking boss. It looked like someone has just took like a bit of like a glassed out or something. They had like the flags, I think, on purpose to look like, you know, the glassed out flags and that. And it was boss. It had a fucking Ferris wheel on and everything. Do you know what I mean? Just the scale of it, like, it was boss. And it was a good buzz for us as well. We had like a nice crowd in the tent we were in. It was a good atmosphere, like.
How nice does it feel to finish your set at a big gig like Sefton Park and then wander over to the main stage and it's someone from the city, you know, on the stage selling all those tickets to a big field full of people?
Oh, it's special, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
special.
we-
You've got to
we
just
say it all
enjoy
the
them
time.
days, haven't you?
We say it all the time, like we'll play a gig and then if we weren't playing it, we would have bought a ticket to it anyway. So you get to go and watch a gig after you've played a gig type of thing. So
Yeah.
we have that like all the time. Now there'll be loads of gigs that we play. It's like you play it, that's a buzz, and then you have like a whole sort of other section afterwards where you're like watching bands and having a laugh as well yourself.
We were in Struck on the weekend.
Yeah. It's like a festival down in Oxford ways.
And even that, like, we were playing on a Thursday, which was decent to be fair, because where we were was like right by the entrance to the arena. So we caught like a nice, load of people coming in. There was no one clashing or that, so we had like a good crowd in there. And then like after it, the Idols were on, and I'd never seen them. I'd not really give them much of a, do you know what I mean, much of notice, like, and they were fucking boss, do you know what I mean? And then we were there for the Friday and Jamie T was on. Just getting to have a buzz after you've had a buzz, it's fucking, you can't complain. Like.
On Liverpool again, you mentioned Jamie Webster, you mentioned Red Run Club before. Is it a really positive time for the Liverpool music scene, especially since COVID? The bands that are doing well, selling out the arena and doing gigs. I think of Mysterines. How great is it to be a part of that at the moment?
Yeah, it's great. As far as like I think we're concerned, it's always had that sort of friendly community vibe. But all the people are sort of in our school, or like a generation above type thing, all sort of succeeding. That's fucking, it's boss, innit? Because you know how much work's being put in. And, fucking everyone's about the right thing, and got each other's best interest and all. It's fucking, you can't complain. You know what I mean? It's boss.
I just say there with like how big some of them have actually got. It's not just like an underground sort of like local scene. You got the likes of Red Rum and, as you say, Webster and the Mysterines who are like right up there on like the big circuit and selling out their own tours and all that. So it's like a proper. It is a little time, isn't it, that people will probably remember where there's been quite a lot of bands who have come out of the city in the same sort of like 5 years or so.
Yeah, it's definitely like when we were starting off, I think you sort of have the idea, like, like pipeline dreams or whatever, but you don't really see anyone doing it. So it's a bit pie in the sky, and you sort of just like kids yourself, to get into it. But then when you start seeing people that doing it, you're like, oh yeah, fucking hell.
You mentioned sold out shows, of course. You're used to that yourselves now. Hangar 34 was the last big one. So what was that like last year?
Yeah.
Oh, it was heavy.
Yeah, no, we have to put it, you put a shift in and getting the word round and all that. Like we do everything ourselves with all the promotion and whatever. So I suppose it doesn't come easily. We sort of like, you do put the work in to spread the word for it, but it's boss, as you say, when the tickets start picking up and with the Hangar, and then we had like the O2 and whatever before that, where you sort of like the momentum picks up, and then it becomes sort of like that feeling when it sells out, if it's whether it's a week before or a day before or a month before, it's the boss feeling. And then when it comes to it on the day, it is everyone's buzzing. They're the best days of the year, aren't they? When it's like them headlines, it's just boss.
Absolute, I was going to say absolute headlines then. Absolute highlight. Like you look forward to it, and then when it comes and that the tickets have went, and you can just go and do it and fucking give it a good go and make sure everyone has a good time, and that's not better like.
Yeah, does it have that extra special feeling because you are doing it all yourself? You are pushing it. It's as good as you make it. Think of like the Cheap Thrills that they've risen up and they've done a lot. Is that sort of similar kind of vibe for you? That you're putting
definitely, Cheap Thrills are like the trailblazers of all that.
The
like
independent.
They're like a little step ahead, sort of like forging the path for everyone else a little bit, aren't they? With like the mindset that they've gone and the gigs that they've been managing to sell out. Like they're doing the Olympia this year, which is just crazy for like a band
independent
on
band just doing it themselves. Like it is.
Yeah, it's inspiring. Like to sort of you think you can do it and crack on, and just sort of through word of mouth, they've got to that level that you wouldn't really think you could get to without a label and all that.
Yeah.
Obviously, next for you is the O2 Academy you've already mentioned. Are you counting down the days already?
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, to be fair, think about it every day, like, don't we? And just what we can do to sort of work towards it. We've been thinking about the set for a while and what order we're going to do stuff in and what we're going to walk out to, and just thinking about all that type of stuff, aren't we? Like,
what you
can do to make it a good night for everyone. And
little things we can try and throw in, little surprises, little changes and all that. Yeah. I think we've got a couple of things to like enjoy before we get there, but it's definitely like as it's getting closer, it's starting to become something we're all dead excited for. Like, yeah.
How difficult is picking a set list? Of course, you don't want to leave out some favourites, but not everything can make it all the time, can it?
Yeah.
It's harder on the small, you know, like when you just do like a little 20 minutes, because obviously you only get like 6-7 tunes.
Yeah.
But like an headline, you can just blather about 16-17 tunes in a car, you know?
Yeah. When we're playing the short sets, you have to leave out stuff that you love, but with the big ones, at least you can fit everything in. But it's just, I quite enjoy, to be fair, like picking the order for the headlines and whatever, and where you want to put stuff. Like, it is fun.
Yeah, it's good to like imagine like the flow of how things are gonna go. You know what I mean? Like from start to finish, what's the wave you want to try and bounce
it's the learning curve as well, innit? In terms of like what order you put stuff in. It's like not like trial and error, but it's just like you through each gig, you're like, oh yeah, that works well at the start, that works well at the end, or whatever.
I think like with people paying for tickets, and when you end up doing the bigger venues, the ticket tariffs and all that are more expensive, so the tickets are more expensive. So I think you're having your head like, what's the way we can order it where it's as much fucking worth the ticket money as possible, you know what I mean? Make sure that every little couple of minutes there's something to buzz off, and you know what I mean? People have always got like something to, you know, bounce off and enjoy, you know what I mean? I think that's that you start to think about that a bit more, you know what I mean?
Of course, watching yourselves, you can go to the gig and play a game, guessing who's going to sing the next song. Can you sort of take it in turns?
Yeah, that probably keeps people on their toes a bit.
Yeah. People like walking up to the mic and then walking away thinking, oh, it's not that one.
Yeah, fucking okey cokey.
I know, yeah. We're at our limit now, aren't we? Like, to be fair, Sean, considering we've been saying we're going to get Sean a mic as well, so it's going to be even more of us chiming in on the vocals. But yeah, it's just something we all sort of write like different bits of music, so it sort of just made sense for us if we would have wrote something and wrote lyrics that we'd want to sing them. So yeah, it's sort of like just always sort of seems like common sense. I don't know if other people just have one person who writes the lyrics, but I think for all of us, we've probably all got the same opinion where if you wrote something and wrote words, you'd want to sing them, and at the same time, we probably wouldn't want to sing someone else's words because it probably feel weird now at this stage, wouldn't it?
I think we all got into it together as well. Like we all started off together. I don't think anyone's like looked at themselves like I fancy myself as that all.
Yeah.
I think we all just wanted to just make music together,
and it wasn't like someone was in a band and you were like, I'm a singer and you're a guitarist. It was just like we just play music together. So it's like if you've got something you can play it, whether that's singing or instruments.
And whoever's got a tune, bring it into the room and we'll play it, and then it's your tune. Fucking why wouldn't you sing it, you know?
And just finally, obviously, one summer comes to an end. Obviously, you've got plenty to look forward to in the next few months. But what's next for you beyond that? What's still to come? What's the sort of where are your sights set?
Yeah, more new music and just seeing what comes our way. You'd always get offered a few little gigs along the way, don't you? So.
We've got something we're working on at the minute. It's like a live recording thing we did with two lads who play brass instruments. They play in a band called Sweet Beans. They jumped on like a couple of gigs with us in that since, but we're looking on bringing that out. I think probably December time, so it'll be like a live performance.
We've got like 6 songs on there, I think, innit?
And then I think if people buzz off it, we were talking about trying to bring out like a physical release or like a little live EP type thing. So that'll probably be like Christmas time, December.
Yeah.
And then by then, hopefully we'll be back in the studio and have a tune for like February, March.